right, welcome to Mommas and Mannies. I'm your host, Trina. This is a short form podcast for mamas that are looking for a quick burst of me time. But before we get started, go ahead and hit the like button and share this with another mama that is looking for 100 days of self-care and a quick manicure. As always, before we get started, we are going to jump into a weekly, monthly, yearly, however you want to do it, motivational quote. The quote says, if you have negative thoughts about yourself, you'll attract negative people and outcomes in your life. Again, that quote says, if you have negative thoughts about yourself, you'll attract negative people and outcomes in your life. I think that is a great quote. It basically is saying keep positive thoughts, positive vibes, positive people around you. That way you are attracting only positive energy and making sure that any negativity stays away from you. And that is something I will say that sometimes it can be easier said than done, but that is something that you can actually control, making sure you are thinking positive thoughts. But guess what time it is? It's mama time. This week's mama time, we're going to continue with our 100 days of self-care. We are going to be doing days 73 to 79. That's going to be from today, Monday, until next Sunday. So in order to get the following Monday, you'll have to watch the episode that comes out on Monday at 6 a.m. Let's see. And also I'm going to be doing just a quick manicure. This is a Color Street manicure. This is a older nail strip that came from, just floor my hands. This is an older nail strip set that came from one of the Color Play boxes of last year. I think the theme of the Color Play box was like book lovers or something like that. It fell in line with August. I think the first Friday in August is like National Book Lovers Day. So I keep dropping this. It fell in line with that. So this is called First Edition. So that definitely goes with the book theme. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it is a white background with clear flakes or glitter flakes in it. And it's simplistic. I like my nail sets to be simplistic. Before we get into days 73 to 79, I'll just show you how I measure my fingernails. I can't get it out. So along with Color Street, each nail set comes with 16 nail strips, and you can just line them up with your hands. I'm saying your hands, with your fingers of what fits. And it depends on really the size of your hands or your fingers. Because some people can't fit this bigger nail strip for their thumb. And one thing I love too, I know for sure this never fits my nails. It's always too small for my pinky. So I'll usually save that one for my toes, which I may or may not do. I don't know. This one, I think this one is my middle finger. So I got 3 down so far. And let's see. Yeah, this would be great. What's that? The hand out there. And if you're watching us on my YouTube channel, you'll be able to see what I'm doing. I am measuring the nail strips along with my nails. And I got one more left. Let's see. If you're just listening to us like on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you are missing out, and you should go to the Mommas and Mannies YouTube channel so you can see this gorgeous Color Street nail set, as well as seeing me line up the nails to my fingers. That way I can make sure I have the right size. So this week is actually some great self-care ideas that I think you can at least do a few of them. As I've been saying this whole 100 days, if you can't do every item on the list for the week, that's fine, but try to pick at least two, at minimum one. If you can't do anything else, try to at least do one. If you are going for the gold, like in the Olympics, you definitely want to make sure you're doing all seven, or just try to pick two or three, whatever you're comfortable with. And also, before I start my nails, I have pushed my cuticles back just to make sure I get full coverage on my nails. And of course, I filed down my nails to make sure everything's nice and even. I say even. Make sure everything's nice and even. And I'll show you just the first one before I get started. Each nail strip comes basically with 3 coatings. You have this clear coat, what is this called? Clear covering that you take off first. And then you have a backing that you also take off. Once you take the backing off, oh good, it's clear. I like clear, it's a lot easier. So you could use this as just a nail strip, which I like because they last a lot longer. Because if they start coming off a little bit, or if your nails start to grow, you won't notice as much. Or you can put this on top of like nail polish. Even if you're wearing regular nail polish and not nail strips, you can definitely do this. I just thought about this. I started on the wrong side. Usually I start with my thumb last. But we're going to see what comes out, because you usually need your thumbs to do everything else. But that's how you do it. So day 73 for the week is write out your thoughts and feelings. I think that ties great with one of last week's self-care items was start a bullet journal. So if you started your bullet journal or any type of journal last week, this is great to do in that journal. This is day 73. It ties in great with that. Since you already have your journal, you can go ahead and just put down your thoughts there. So write down your thoughts and feelings. That's something you can do. This is something you could do, I would say, even if you didn't do anything else for the week. This would be a great self-care item to pick up. If you don't want to put it in a bullet journal or with pen and paper or pencil and paper, you can definitely create a tab in your notes section and write down your thoughts and your feelings, just to get rid of some of any stress that you may have or anything else that you may be feeling. Even if something great happened, that's also good to write down in your journal. So day 73 is write out your thoughts and feelings. Next we have, see, this is what I'm talking about, because I need my thumbs. Oh man. So again, day 74 is unplug from technology for an hour. So if you live in a large metropolitan city, this may not be as hard as you think it is. And when I say technology, I'm talking about social media, like all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, Twitter, all those platforms like that. If you're driving, just disconnect from that while you're driving. You shouldn't be texting and driving or using your phone while you're driving anyway. So now, on the other hand, if you live in a large metropolitan city with great public transportation, it may be a little bit harder to say don't do that if you're riding on a train for long periods of time. So it just depends on how you get to work. If you go to work, I would say if you work from home, maybe for your lunch break, since you're already looking at technology all day long while you're working, maybe on your lunch break, if you could just eat your lunch instead of watching TV or doing some type of activity on your phone, maybe just eat your lunch, have some quiet time. So think about that. It's only for an hour. Or if you really want to challenge yourself, try to unplug from technology every day this week for an hour. So this could be the one thing that you do for the week to really indulge in self-care. It's not as hard as you think it is, especially it may be harder if you're really attached to technology, but if you're not, it's probably going to be pretty easy because you're already doing it on a regular basis. Day 75, create a self-care box. Now, what I did, I actually went to ChatGPT to ask them what a self-care box was. So ChatGPT told me that a self-care box is a curated collection of items designed to promote relaxation, well-being, and mental health. These boxes typically contain a variety of products such as comfort items like cozy socks, blankets, or warm beverages, relaxation aids that can include scented candles, bath salts or essential oils, wellness tools such as journals, which we mentioned earlier, your favorite books, or stress relief toys. I don't know what a stress relief toy is. What I'm thinking a stress relief toy could be like one of those stress it could be like one of those stress balls. I couldn't tell you anything else as far as a stress relief toy. Next on the list is healthy snacks like teas, chocolates, or nutritional. It actually says nutritionist treats, but I'm going to say nutritional treats. Something really healthy like fresh fruits, lightly salted almonds or other type of mixed nuts that are going to be filling to you. And the last item on the list is personal care products such as face masks, like facial masks, lotions, or bath bombs. And it says a self-care boxes can be personalized to suit individual preferences and needs, making them a thoughtful gift for oneself or others. So when I think of a self-care box, I'm thinking of something that you can have that is somewhere close by when you come into the house after a long week or a long day from work. That way it's right there already ready to go with all the items that you need to really get in a relaxing state. Or if you work outside of the home, that could be something maybe that you leave in your car or even something that you keep at your desk. I mean, you can't use candles at work, but thinking of things like the stress balls, it depends on, if you work in a cubicle, if you can bring cozy socks. When I used to work at a call center, a lot of times because it used to be so cold in there, people would bring blankets. So that's not far-fetched, especially if you work somewhere where you're just sitting like in a cubicle or sitting in one place all day long and they have the air conditioner up really high. That can be realistic along with some of the other treats like the almonds, the chocolates, and things like that. So a self-care box also, like it mentioned, is something that you could create for others. Like if someone's birthday's coming up, you can definitely do a self-care box for their birthday. Or if your birthday's coming up, you can do a self-care box for yourself if you wanted to do that. Next on the list for day 76 is try a new hairstyle. Now, I'm not going to recommend any hairstyles because that's really a personal preference. If you have long hair, maybe you could do short hair if you want to do that. I don't know. That's up to you. But one of the things I know that you would need is a great hairstylist, or you would need something to look up hairstyles. So you could Google trendy hairstyles or even hair colors. It doesn't have to be a haircut. A hair color is a great way, or highlights are a great way to really change up your look and your feel about yourself. If you always wear your hair curly, maybe you can get it straightened. That's also something you can do. I was trying to think. And I know a few people that started locks this year Like if you want to do sister locks or any other type of lock, you can definitely do that as a great hairstyle. But that's up to you. You you create or you know what's a great hairstyle for you. Day 77 is it says have a DIY facial. And I looked up, same thing using Chat GPT. I looked up some great recipes for DIY facials that use natural ingredients. So I'll just read a few. It actually gave me 7, but I'll read a few. The last one on the list that it gave is a facial mask, green tea and honey mask. It says brew a cup of green tea and let it come completely to a cool. Let me repeat that. Brew a cup of green tea and let it completely cool, because I don't want nobody putting no hot tea on their face. Step 2, mix 1 tablespoon of the tea that is cooled with 1 tablespoon of honey. And step 3, apply to your face and leave warm for 15 to 20 minutes. Rinse with lukewarm water. Next, we have a turmeric and yogurt mask. Mix 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder with 2 tablespoons of plain yogurt. Apply to your face and let sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Rinse with warm water. And another one they have is, and turmeric, before I go to the next one, is really good for inflammation. So that would definitely be a great mask for your face if you have any swelling or anything like that, like when you first wake up. The last one is banana and a honey mask. Mash 1 ripe banana and mix with 1 tablespoon of honey. Apply the mixture to your face, let sit for 15 to 20 minutes, rinse with warm water. So all those, I've just looking on Instagram, I've heard that I think I heard that the banana peel is actually really good for your skin. I've even seen some people just put the banana peel on their face I think they say it helps with inflammation as well. And I think tightening. Okay, let's see. So those are the DIY facial masks or facials for day 77. Day 78 is go stargazing. If you live in a big city, this may be something a little bit harder to do because there's so many lights in the big city. But if you live in like a more of a countryside or where it's not a lot of lights, like if you live in a neighborhood, an older neighborhood, or even a newer neighborhood that doesn't have lights yet, you could definitely do stargazing. If you live in Metro Atlanta, I did this one time, I think it was for my husband's birthday, but we did stargazing at Fernbank. Not the big Fernbank. I can't remember. I can't remember what they call it. Like the science center part of Fernbank, but they actually have a planetarium where you can go and look at the stars. Really neat. Is something really fun and cool to do for anyone of any age, especially if you have kids, it's good for them. But they have a planetarium so you can gaze at the stars. You have to go at night, of course, for this particular version, but it's different to do in the city. So I definitely recommend that to go stargazing at Fernbank, or if you live somewhere where you can sit in the grass or sit on your back porch or like in the bed of a truck or something like that, that'll be fun to do to go stargazing. Final, day 79, create a morning routine. So the morning routine, I use Chat GPT again, and I asked them what is a quick and effective morning routine that you can do in under 20 minutes. They gave me 5 things you can do. It just depends on you. For me, I would say this is probably a good 20-minute morning routine that you can do before you go to the gym. It says 1, wake up and hydrate. Drink a glass of water to rehydrate your body after you've been sleeping. 2, stretch or quick exercises. Do light stretching. to wake your body up. I'm talking about day 3. Number 3, mindfulness or a meditation. We talked about that a few weeks ago. You can put on a meditation like from Tidal or Spotify. Follow that for 3 to 5 minutes. Number 4, personal hygiene. This is where I was a little torn with. It says 5 minutes personal hygiene. It takes me longer than 5 minutes. Brush your teeth, wash your face, and perform any other quick personal hygiene tasks. I keep saying day. Number 5, a healthy breakfast. This is just a quick breakfast because they're only given 5 minutes. Prepare a simple, nutritious breakfast such as a smoothie, yogurt and fruit, or a piece of whole grain toast with avocado. So that could be a quick 20-minute morning routine that's effective where you can get out the door in less than 20 minutes. So for days 73 to 79, we have write out your thoughts and feelings. 74, unplug from technology for an hour. Day 75, create a self-care box. Day 76, try a new hairstyle, whether that's a cut or a color, a trim. Day 77, have a DIY facial. I gave some great recipes for that you can make at home. Day 78, go stargazing. And day 79, create a morning routine. Your morning routine can be long. It could be 20 minutes like the one I just gave. It's really up to you. Leave a comment below and let us know which one of these items you're going to be doing on the list. Do you already have a morning routine? Let us know. Have you tried a new hairstyle within the last few months or weeks that you would love to share with us? As always, hit the like button. Share this with another mama so she can get in on these 100 days of self-care. This is a great week. I think things are not too far-fetched. They don't require too much thought or too much process. So that's good. Hit the bell for notification so you'll know when we come out with a new episode on Mondays. And as always, remember that me time is essential and it is never selfish. Have a great week, mamas.